The gospel text of today is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verses 1 to 5, and is part of the Sermon on the Mount. In these verses, Jesus asks his disciples and us and anyone who is willing to listen that we must not be judges, we must not judge others. Many of us, if not most of us, are too quick to judge. We judge the words of others, we judge the actions of others, we judge the silence of others, and we also judge the inaction of others. Often, our judgment is negative. We give a negative interpretation to the words and action and the silence and the non-action. And Jesus says, it is possible that you might not know all the facts. And even if you knew all the facts, it is possible that your interpretation is one of the many interpretations of the fact that could be given, and that is why it is better not to judge. And then he goes on to say that it is with the same manner which we deal with others, we will be dealt with ourselves. If we are harsh in our judgment of others, how can we expect a merciful judgment? If we are biased and stereotyped if our interpretation of others, how can we expect that others will be unbiased and non-stereotypical with us? He gives a hyperbolic example when he says that there are planks in our own eyes, there are beams in our own eyes, there are logs in our own eyes, and yet we look at the speck in the eyes of others. How is that possible? It is not possible, because if there is a log or a plank or a beam in our eye, we are blind and we cannot really see. So our judgment is wrong. And that is why it is better to refrain from judging. The next time we are tempted to judge, let us remember these words of Jesus and let us ask ourselves, if at all we have to judge, we will judge justly, we will judge mercifully, and as much as is possible, give a positive interpretation to the words and the actions, to the silence and non-action of others. Will you refrain from judging today? And if you have to judge, will you judge positively?